guys, welcome back to another reading. And if you guys are new here, hi, my name is Astra. I am an intuitive tarot reader and I do tarot readings here on my channel. Today I am back with another reading for Afra and Mert. I did a full reading on them before, but a lot of you guys have been asking for an update on the two of them since then. So today I'm going to be doing an update on Afra and Mert and seeing if things are fine between them, how are things looking. So first, let's get started with how does their bond stand currently overall, and then I'm gonna get into each of them separately, okay? So first, let's see, how is the bond between Afra and Mert at the moment? How is the bond between Afra and Mert at the moment? Okay, interesting. I'm just gonna get a few more from here. Anything else about Afra and Mert right now? Anything else about Afra and Mert? Interesting. Okay, one more for Afra and Mert, please. One more. Bring love into the situation. Okay, so it's very interesting how these cards sort of reflect what I'm getting in the tarot over here. So first of all, I'm definitely seeing a change of energy between Afra and Mert overall. The last time I believed I checked was in the Q&A for the two of them that one of my members asked, and you know, I do see a big change of energy over here. I do definitely feel like one of them did take a step to resolution right now, especially with the Knight of Cups and a personal issue reaches a resolution. Definitely one of them took a step towards the other. So definitely I'm seeing here that there is some sort of contact that happened between Afra and Mert. And right now, I feel like they're almost at the stage where they're trying to talk things out, see things through, bring love back into the situation, because there definitely has been clashes between the two of them. There has been definitely different ideas where one of them feels backstabbed and feels hurt, and one of them feels that I should probably move on, but I cannot let this love go away. Something about the two of them is, even after all that happened between them, they still value and love each other a lot. There is definitely a lot of feeling of treasuring. So definitely, even when they were distant, they still had love for each other, because it's not that easy for them to stop loving each other, you know, especially if they knew each other for years. Definitely it's not that easy for them to just let that love go away, even if there has been fights and disagreements between the two of them, because definitely I feel like they clashed at some point, and that's why it became such a big problem. All right, and so I'm seeing right now, I'm gonna get more cards, but for this card pick that I'm getting, I'm seeing that they're sort of, one of them is really trying to calm things down, you know, head into the good path of things for the two of them. And definitely things are still not perfectly fine, like they're not fully, you know, fine right now, because I feel like there's definitely some progress needing to be made, some clarity, some discussion, some communication. But there's definitely a sense of starting fresh and, you know, making steps into maybe seeing how things go. Okay, there's like more effort right now, and despite like having past fights or differences between the two of them, I feel like they're sort of trying to navigate and see how things go from here. Okay, so now that I took a look at their energy overall, I'm gonna get to each one of them, each one of their current energies by themselves. Okay, so I'm gonna first start with Afra. Let's see, what is Afra's current energy towards Mert at the moment? What is Afra's current energy towards Mert at the moment? What is Afra's current energy towards Mert at the moment? Okay. All right, so when it comes to Afra, I feel like there is a big part of her wanting to control herself. I think I also picked this about Afra. I feel like she tries her best to be practical, to be careful, to not let her emotions take over. And that's like what I'm seeing here with the Justice and with the Queen of Pentacles coming in as well. She's really trying to put a balance between her heart and her mind. You know, her mind tells her otherwise and her heart wants something otherwise. And so she's definitely trying to put a balance between those two. Definitely no doubt with Mert, you know, she feels really happy. She feels really great around him. And definitely they built a lot of memories together, and so it's hard for her to let that go. At the same time, her mind is telling her that she should probably maintain distance and just, you know, maybe it's not a good idea to reconnect. But I'm definitely seeing that there has been some sort of contact between the two of them here with the Page of Cups. And, you know, she feels like with the Devil here that there has been definitely third-party interferences between the two of them, okay? And so because of those third-party interferences, it's something that Afra doesn't like. And, you know, for her, that is not something that is okay. And so that is what's making her a bit more fixed on wanting to be practical and not really wanting to sort of soothe right away, or, you know, let her emotions take over right away, okay? So definitely she doesn't know what to do because, you know, her mind is telling her, you know, maybe it's not a good idea after all that happened. At the same time, her heart wants something. So she's really trying to balance herself out, you know. But definitely something that I'm picking is there is communication, and there is a major communication that happened at some point. Okay, so yeah, let's see. Anything else that I can get for Afra towards Mert? Let's see, anything else that Afra is feeling towards Mert? Again with the third parties, okay. Yeah, you guys, so definitely Afra's trying her best to stay realistic. Like I mentioned, there is some third parties that have been interfering when it comes to their bond, whether it's from Merit's side or whether it's Afra, or it's just third people that do not want Afra and Mert to be together, and says they sort of have been interfering and wanting them to not, you know, reconcile and reconnect and all of that. So they have been sort of trying to create drama, trying to create things that sort of would affect Afra and Mert and make them find a hard time to reconnect. And even if they were to reconnect, it would sort of affect Afra's thoughts, or if it would affect Merit's thoughts of their point of view on each other. Okay, and so I'm definitely seeing that, like I mentioned, one of them took a move, one of them took the initiative, and I'm feeling that it sort of has been Mert. I feel like Mert, you know, sort of does have this sort of fiery energy that I want to reconnect. I want things, you know, to be the way they used to, and it's more like Afra wanting to be practical and sort of wondering, should I take this cup that he's offering? Should I get back things the way that they were in the past? And so she's definitely trying to build strength. Definitely she feels that she wants to protect herself in a way, so she doesn't want to get hurt. But at the same time, there is this feeling that, you know, there might be a new beginning for the two of them here with the Fool as well, okay? So like I mentioned, you guys, I feel like she is trying her best to focus on herself, maybe a part of her career as well, with the Queen of Pentacles coming again. But at the same time, her heart is moving her towards Mert in a certain way, okay? And again, I don't feel like things are fully okay. Like, it's not that they're full on, you know, back again and, you know, everything is okay. There is still some things that they are trying to resolve at the moment privately, but definitely, you know, there is some progress that I'm sort of seeing right now, okay? Now let's get into Mert. Let's see, what is Mert's current energy towards Afra? What is Mert's current energy towards Afra? Okay, that was quick. Okay, guys, so fitting what I felt for Mert, I'm seeing that out of the two of them, he's the person that more wants the change to happen. He wants things to happen. I feel like, for the longest time, he has been sort of holding himself back because he feels that he has been hurt from Afra. He feels like there is something that Afra hurt him about, and so he tried to hold himself back to not get back into this path, or not to move things again, or try to get back with Afra and all of that. But I feel like there's a part of him feeling that he cannot really avoid it. There is this part of him that still loves her, and I feel like even if third parties came in, he feels like that the person that he truly loves is Afra here with the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Cups, okay? He feels a lot of emotional attachment to her, and so he feels that even though he tried to move forward, that path wasn't easy for him, okay? And so definitely that could have involved third parties, or there could be still third parties trying to get in the way, okay? But I feel like he is definitely wanting some sort of change, even though he feels like he also has been hurt in the past. He does want to open a connection again, and for there to be progress, to see where things just head, okay? Definitely, he has sort of like this mix of hope and hoping things, but at the same time wanting to be a little bit cautious. But definitely, I feel like he's letting his emotions take over, and that's like what's leading him, okay? Anything else for Mert towards Afra? Anything else? Okay, Mert's energy is really coming in here strong. The cards are flying right away. Okay, definitely makes sense what I'm seeing here right away. Yeah. Yeah, you guys, I'm getting a clear message that it was Mert that did take the action towards Afra with the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords. He did take a move that he does feel like it was probably impulsive from him, or he did it without thinking, and that just leaded him to Afra, is what I'm hearing, is that he took this action and it leaded him to Afra. Like, he didn't control himself or anything. He let himself go where his heart led him, and it led him to Afra in a sense, okay? I'm seeing that he knows that Afra maybe holds a strong opinion on him, when they were separated, okay? But he still wanted to take the chance and, take a step ahead, okay? I'm seeing third parties over and over here. So definitely there is, either right now there are still third parties that are in the way, or there has been. And I feel like even when there were those third parties, he still was stuck in the past of him and Afra. He still was stuck in the memories. He was still stuck in the past. He tried it in a way to move forward, to maybe move away from the past, but he still was juggling back and forth between his heart and between his mind as well. But I feel like Mert, in a way, let his heart free, and his heart just led him into that way, is what I'm feeling. Afra, I feel like she's more practical, even though her heart is also telling her things. I feel like out of the two of them, she's more practical. She's more, thinking with her mind. And even though her heart also led her, I feel like it led Mert more, okay? And that, is how things are right now, okay? Last thing, I'm just gonna get a few more oracles to see any sort of other things that I can pick for Afra and Mert. Anything else for Afra and Mert over here? Anything else? Okay, regeneration, definitely. Anything else? Flexibility. one more, please. One more card. Okay. Yes. So you guys, all these cards are making sense with what I just said. Now they're sort of in this phase of regeneration. They're sort of trying to, even though there has been fights, there has been hard moments, there has been clashes, which is the volcano part over here, they're sort of trying to grow back to the greenery. They're trying to go back and maybe see if they can grow again. Okay, so right now they're almost like in this phase of regeneration, you know, fixing things, talking things out. They're still in the progress right now, like things are not fully good again, but they're sort of trying to be more flexible. They're trying to sort of not be very strict with things that bother them. They're trying their best to understand each other's point of view and all of that. And Between Worlds makes a lot of sense. Like I said, I feel like both of them were pulled between their mind and heart, and that is why they had a hard time this time around with fixing things, is because, you know, they were really thinking that, okay, I don't know if this is a good idea. Maybe I should just let my thoughts, let my mind, maybe ego also take over, and I don't want to take a step and I don't want to take an initiative. But now one of them decided to take a step, move between their mind and heart, and go back to the greenery. I love how there's like a lot of greenery here, symbolizing moving forward and, you know, nourishing and growing again. Okay, and so, you know, definitely that's what I see for Afra and Mert. I feel like things are definitely getting better. They're not fully okay right now, to be honest, but they're in the progress of working for it and seeing how things go. Okay, and definitely it's a lot of development from the last time I checked for them. Okay, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading on the two of them. If you guys have any questions for Afra and Mert, or, you know, anything specific you guys would like, I also would have the link down in the membership down below if you guys are interested in also, you know, requesting certain things for the two of them, or any other celebrities that you guys would like. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching this reading. I really hope this reading makes sense, and, you know, you guys enjoyed it and it resonated. And let me know in the comments what you guys think. I would love to hear you guys' feedback. But other than that, thank you guys so much, and hope to see you guys next time.